Okay.
Okay.
At this time, and for time, I want to ask the board, is there anything that we want to discuss on the agenda in the planning session? And if not, and if questions and discussion, and if not, maybe consider moving right into regular.
A couple.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, we can take those, please.
Just a
That's
comment,
that's
Mr.
just
President.
who I am.
Just a comment.
Yes.
Oh, is he going first?
Yes.
Go ahead, Mr.
So under education, the reading specialist,
Yes.
so I'm tracking.
Yes.
We have a reading coach now, right?
We have a literacy coach.
Okay, that's right.
We also have, we have an interventionist, and then the reading specialist is different in the sense that this will be a full-out one-on-one that will work with our MTSS program that we've built in the elementary. So this specialist will pull those children one-on-one and work with those specific targeted areas.
Okay.
This will be a Brownsville teacher, so we have worked it out as we were looking just kind of at the numbers for the kids and how many teachers we need and who's retiring and who's not. We've worked that out, so it will be someone in-house, and it's not looking like we would need to hire another person.
And we wouldn't
for
need
the
to lay
position.
off either, obviously.
Correct. No, correct.
All right.
The other thing is we have the Ready to Learn grant, and this position could now and moving forward be paid out of that grant. Colby can chime in, but the money that's available in that grant is now going to be monies that we're going to get year after year. So it's not, there's not a variable there with that. So this would ultimately end up written into that grant.
Okay.
Yes.
On education, the other one, I would still like to discuss the elementary school music program.
Yes. So we are under review with the Department of Education with regard to the music program at the elementary level. Ours went into just gathering the data and the information and sending that into PDE for review. We're working with the team closely there. One of the things that I would like for the board to consider, right now we have a long-term substitute in place for our Mrs. Fargnoli, for our band teacher and our music teacher. And he is working with 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade at the elementary. He's doing a wonderful job. The kids are crazy about him. Administration, nothing but good things. So as Mrs. Fargnoli comes back to work, he would be an available person to take that position on if we would consider a full-time elementary music teacher. So then he would take on K1 and 2 in addition to 3, 4, and 5. If we do not hire for that position, then I will need a solid program implemented in K1 and 2, but it will be an undertaking for the educators because they will have to implement that in their classrooms. So it will be one more thing for our K1 and 2 teachers, if that makes sense. He also, or she, whomever would be hired for that position, that would be a 5th itinerant class to rotate through, which really changes that schedule dynamic down there. It would be a wonderful add-on. And then again, with the Ready to Learn grant, there is money set aside in that grant for music and arts and STEAM. And so this position could be justified through that grant as well. And moving forward, again, with the money staying put with that grant, it's something that we would write in year after year. So just something to consider.
I love it.
It's not on here for, you know, an item for a motion item, but I would like to consider it for the May or June meeting at the latest. Please, thank you.
Yeah, great. I think,
Okay.
love it.
Thank
No more
you.
comments.
Thank you. Good. Thank you.
Mr. Gammon, any other items?
You're gonna hit, I got stuff up for other parts, but if there's anything, I'm done with education.
Do you want me to talk?
Yeah, obviously mine, because,
Do you want me to talk a little bit about the Yonder implementation
Yeah.
quickly? Okay, so it's been a pleasant rollout. I feel like just getting through that first week, it has been a game changer. I went into the cafeteria at the high school level. I was in there with both security guards. The kids they were singing, they were playing Uno and Go Fish, and it's just a different dynamic. They're different in the hallways. It really is, the learning environment has changed, the structure of the classroom has changed. The teachers, have received wonderful feedback from the teachers. So overall, other districts are reaching out in the county. It is going to be a movement. It really is. So it's been wonderful. The process coming into the building, it has been smooth. I mean, I would say the CTI entry is the most difficult, and security could chime in on this. It is probably the most cumbersome. The morning routine coming in and out is a non-issue. The pouches being issued and being taken home and then brought back in, it is definitely a time savings for us in the mornings. We will be doing random checks for those pouches. So administration has a plan in place for that, that they will do random checks on the students. It will be all students, it's not going to be random students. So those students will need to have their school issued pouch, and it will have to be theirs, and then they will be checked for any damage. Is the pen damaged? Are there pen marks inside? Has it been destroyed in any way, shape, or form? So we will be looking at that and monitoring those pouches. Short of that, if a student has forgotten his or her pouch, they are just handing the phones over in the morning to security, to admin. I mean, it really is a smooth process. So I don't know if the board has received any feedback that I need to be aware of. I've done 2 interviews with news stations. WPXI will be here in the summer to talk about how the rollout took place, what it looked like, and then what next school year is going to look like moving forward. It's been positive. Yeah,
Yeah,
from a
Just a comment,
Uh-huh.
Dr. Martin. I appreciate the way you handled things this morning with the concern of what happened to our building.
Thank
I
you.
know people thought it was the power, but it wasn't. And I also want to commend the board for taking concern about the professional employee who just refuses to do our job. And we will act accordingly. And I appreciate that
Thank
because it concerns the safety of these students and our employees. If she doesn't want to conform, we will act accordingly. You can bet on that.
Regarding the yonder bags, the Friday before, the high school softball team thought the world was coming to an end. And you don't even hear the word yonder now. They're not even talking, they're on to other stuff already. So it's amazing.
Yeah, and
It's
to
amazing.
echo Mr. Bashir, yes, I think today's action by our security staff, our custodial staff, administrative staff, anybody involved with today's events, I mean, are to be commended, and we thank you for keeping our safety and our children's safety first and foremost as a priority.
Absolutely.
I concur,
Thank
Paul,
you.
because our people were in here for hours before the state police got here.
Right.
Going room to room, not knowing there's a book bag, something. They're our people, custodians, maintenance, Mr. Yakubet, security, all in these buildings, going through these rooms at your expense. Anything could have happened before the state police. The dogs came in, fingerprint, we got everything we need.
It started at 3:30 in the morning. Yep.
And we will, Mr. Gammon, as you said, we will, at the full extent of the law,
100%.
Right.
for compromising the safety of our students.
Yep. So on yonder, same thing, hearing great things.
Wonderful.
I've got 2 in my house, obviously a teacher and a student, both loving it, but then all her friends and then the teacher friends as well. Everybody is, I'm excited. I thought this was gonna be game changing. I'm so fired up that we are leading the county in this. We are at the forefront. This is a national movement. Everybody's doing it. I mean, Los Angeles County Schools, it's gonna be game changing, in my opinion, for educators, for education, and for this district. And I'm glad we're doing it. It makes
I
me.
couldn't agree with you more, Mr. Gammon.
Yeah.
It is game changing.
It's game changing.
Absolutely.
It is.
We're not gonna see, I think our scores this year for PSSAs are gonna be we're gonna take a little bit of a hit, and that's not disrespect on, the team that's out there, but we're doing online testing this year, and that's gonna be a challenge, and I will tell you a quick story, because you guys were online today, and in my dining room was, somebody teaching math as I was cooking up my lunch, and the young man that she was working with was having a problem doing his math on the Google Chromebook, which when you think about that, as a math guy, doing it on pencil and paper is one thing, doing it inside that computer is another challenge. So I think that's going to be some challenges that we're going to have for PSSAs. That said, not to change the subject, but going back to next year, now with these yonder pouches, we should expect to see some significant increases on our PSSAs and Keystones. One, the kids are used to the new testing mechanism. Two, they're not playing on their darn phones all day.
And I also want to concur to Dr. Martin and Mr. President Mahalik that this board has taken a position. If you don't want to listen to your administrator, you won't be here long. Too many times, administrators give an order and they're disrespected. That's no longer going to happen. If you're told to do something, you don't like it, you file a grievance, you do what you have to do. But this board, I believe we are all committed to protecting our employees and following board policy. Board policy that we set, that the state set, and it's the law. And those who want to stray away from that, I can tell you, I fear no one, as I said earlier. I'm going to stand up for the children and our employees and our teachers, one way or another. Their safety is compromised, and every day they come through that gate, they don't know if they're coming home. Because in today's society, just a school shooting the other day, Texas, they think of any way they can. And we as a board and as a school district have to protect our people. I mean, we are what we are. So I commend this board for my first time. In all the years I've been here, this board is working together. We may not agree on everything, but we come up with a solution. So I appreciate that, Mr. President.
Well, I
Thank you.
appreciate all of you as well.
Just one last thing on yonder, that we do not, like, we're paid that out of the general fund initially, right? There's no chance for.
Yeah, the first bill was, I believe, for $4,500,
Yeah.
and then the rest was,
For next year.
Nice, okay, because that's one of the topics for
Yeah.
the discussion with Senator Stefano next Friday was to try to get some more money for that. I'll try to get some more money from him for something
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
I won't use yonder, I'll go that.
And- Right.
Is there a
You guys
yonder?
will meet with him too, though, I think, right? The following Tuesday.
I know we had discussed possibly a yonder representative doing a meeting
On
for
the
the community.
24th, yes, at 5:30 on the 24th, and this information, I will put it out to the community after Easter break. There will be a link for a Zoom session that will, a yonder representative will be present in that Zoom session. So any questions, any concerns that the educational community has will be asked and answered in real time with that yonder representative. Administration will be logged on as well, but the focal point really will be having those experts in the room who will be able to ask, you'll be able to ask those questions to, and those questions will be able to be answered. I wanted to wait until we had a few weeks under our belt so the questions were meaningful and we really knew what to ask. I felt like parents wouldn't know what to ask until we've been through this process for a few weeks. So that will be the 24th at 5:30, and that will all be blasted out on social media and then on the website as well.
Great.
Mhm.
Any other questions on, or comments on the planning session agenda?
So.
Yes,
yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Go ahead, Patrick.
I have a question under finance, item D. Discuss approving this repository tax sale, but what is it? What is it? There's nothing listed.
So we had received a bid notice that I think there was 34 or 5 properties that were going up for sale, and there was 29 bidders. They didn't tell us who won, but they didn't want us to sign off on it, so. They mailed it to me.
That's it. That's Brown, sir.
We have always supported in-state sales. We don't support out-of-state
But I
buyers.
don't think we can remove item D because there are none to approve. Because I look at that every
Yeah, I
morning.
think we should.
I get the email.
Okay. Yeah.
Which one is that, Patty?
Item D, that there's nothing specifically
We're
listed.
such a small
It
portion.
says in state that there's no parcels.
I agree. I
I
think
don't think we
So-
should approve something we don't know what we're approving.
that's a good point. I agree with that.
Item C, I'm still gonna vote yes for, but
Yeah, I am too,
But I
item
looked it
D,
up.
I think needs to be removed.
I looked the parcel up today, and there's I'm a little bit concerned. I don't think it's gonna come back to us. I think the whoever the attorney is that is representing these people, they might have something to say about that. It's two lots that are connected to each other.
Director
Same
Gammon, if you have concern, I think we should table the matter. I mean, out of respect for.
So I don't have concern for us. It's,
For the
when you
district.
look at it though, I don't know, maybe I guess I do, maybe I do. We approved it and
So we're gonna table D.
Yeah, I'm just gonna remove it.
move C and D. Yeah.
Remove C and D.
And I
Move C and D.
I can show it later if you want, what the issue is.
If a board member has concern, I think we have to address that.
Well, we can take, let me,
Table both, we'll table both.
let me
of
look
them.
at it, yeah.
Oh,
Remove it or table?
do you want C removed as well? Okay, okay.
Yeah, I got it.
And then K.
It's in state anyway. I got it. Yeah. Mhm. Yep, yep. Okay, anything else?
Buildings and grounds, just two quick notes there, that they're not part of the actual voting session, is one is the bids for the control system. You wanna talk that real quick, Cody? Or, yeah, Colby?
Yeah, so this is just letting you guys know, this is for the, outside doors, that we did put bids out for the PCCD grant. And we're in the process, we should be awarding that bid next Friday.
And part of that is the gym is part of that too, right? Yeah.
Colby,
Because
with
that's
that,
what-
with that bid, are those workers all have clearances when they come on a property like this?
Yes.
Okay.
But that includes the gym, from what I understand, so that if there's coaches that need access to the gym and the gym only, we'll be able to give them access. And in the event we have an issue, we can turn their access off instantly. Okay, perfect.
And just one more quick thing, I know this has been very, very long, but regarding buildings and grounds, this has been an absolutely miserable spring. And I just wanted to commend Mr. Yakubet and his staff for, I mean, absolutely amazing work that they are doing to get these fields ready in unbelievable conditions, so thank you.
Beginning of the season was beautiful during
Yeah.
practice, but then it got.
It's very nice, good work, Jim.
And then I have heard, and there's been some instances with the boys' locker room that's on there. We need some hardware, some door fixes. We're scheduling that. That'll be ongoing through June, or once school's out. That the gyms over there, the locker rooms in the gym will be taken care of. That is all.
That hardware's been
No, that's good.
purchased, right, Jared? It's there? Okay.
Yep.
I had one thing that's on the planning session agenda, but it's not on the regular, is the, under policy, discussing the ad hoc committee. We did put a call out, correct, Dr. Martin?
Yes, so if there is information on the website about the committee, we had one person reach out about participating in that ad hoc committee. So if there's anybody interested in that ad hoc committee, we're looking into areas like educational incentives, bullying, any of the hot topic issues that are happening here. And we would like to get that committee up and running, moving forward for the next school year. So all of that information is on the website.
Great.
You may apply that way. Okay. And then, I don't know that, I feel like I have one other thing. That's probably it.
Okay.
Oh, you do have a graphic for the dugout, and I do want you just to take a look at that. This is the final graphic that will go on the dugout, so I want you to consider it for, approval.
Okay. Anything else to discuss on the planning session agenda? Hearing none, I would ask for a motion to adjourn that session.
So moved.
There's been a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And now, moving right into our regular session. The Brownsville Area School District Board of Directors will meet for a regular session on Wednesday, April 16th, 2025, immediately following the planning session in the auditorium of Brownsville Area High School, 1 Falcon Drive, Brownsville, PA, for general purposes. Call to order, and let's do our Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Roll call. Roll call?
Oh, roll call first?
Yes.
Sorry, roll call first, thank you.
Here.
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 Here. Here. Now pledge of allegiance. Thank you. Thank you. We'll move into public remarks on agenda and non-agenda items. Jody? And for regular session, 3 minutes, correct? Thank you.
Actually, I wanted to take time because in the last minute, in the last planning session, I was only given 3 minutes and 22 seconds. I had to stop watch myself. So that is a concern. Just so you know, because the timer stated on the paper that you left at the podium, we went over this last planning session or the special meeting. The concerns are the public wants to be able to speak. It's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes for planning if you call in, 3 if you don't. 3 if you call in for voting, 2 if you don't. I'm well aware of this policy, trust me, we had it changed when I started acting. Now, my concerns are, 1, my question was never answered, so the policies are gonna be checked, the honor pouch is gonna be checked for. My daughter doesn't bring a phone to the school. I will hate to say this, unfortunately, I have different responses than what all of you board members have from actual parents in the district about the honor pouches, so we have conflicting stories. I do apologize for that, but I'm still standing where I stand. Nobody told me where will my daughter be punished if she is not, even if she doesn't have a cell phone, the pouch is school policy, it stays on school grounds. She has it in her locker. You can't find my child because technically it never leaves the school. So what are you gonna do when you check her if she don't have her cell phone, but she ain't got a pouch?
Nothing will happen. If she comes in and does not have her cell phone on her, nothing will
Let
happen
the
to her.
superintendent finish her
Yeah,
comment.
nothing will happen. She will come through and she will, we have students who do not bring their phones.
Oh, yeah, we have students that don't bring their friends, but we also have students using the honor pouches calling through Siri. iPhones are great. Okay, Siri, and we do, because I had a friend call me. Friend's daughter actually called me during school hours. The honor pouches are actually easily busted open with an eraser, by the way. Pencil marks, that's crazy because we're checking for pencil marks on a honor pouch situation. They've broken cell phones inside of these pouches already. 3 cell phones have been broken in the district because they're thrown through the pouches. That vapes are actually being brought into the pouches now, just so you're aware. Like, I'm not naive, so these are the issues that need to be addressed. These are concerns, but my major concern is the elementary. What are we genuinely doing about the bullying? My 3 kids will go online after today, if that's what we need to do, because of the disagreement with pouches, policies, and everything. Because I've asked this question since February, by the way, and still never got a direct answer. So, what are we doing? What is the actual initial plan? Does anybody have an answer for the bullying in the elementary? Because it's out of control. The elementary is seriously out of control. Cell phones, I have a TikTok video of a student, which we will not get into this on how I ended up with this, but of a student screaming F you in a classroom, which the school handled it. I'm not saying they didn't, but the problem is, we're not talking about the behavioral problems going on in this district. You want to worry about the cell phones. The cell phones isn't the problem. It's a behavioral problem. Tell the parents what's really going on behind closed doors. Why we wanted to get the honor pouches, because you had students standing up and screaming F you to teachers. Tell the parents what's really happening. The lack of information of what really goes on behind closed doors, and we want to paint a pretty picture, is not doing it. Let's actually address these issues. Let's be proactive, confront these issues, and then move forward, instead of bypassing the parent who's been standing in front of you this whole time for 4 years. But I don't have no merit to what I said. Brought up the gang issues. Guess what? Spoke to the DA. That's still an ongoing issue. That's a major concern. And these are our elementary students. Brought up sexual harassment. Brought up our mandated reporting policy. Heard the district policies. And we still have yet to answer what do we do about that mandated reporting policy. We now did an investigation, but we probably can have an investigation done on personnel now. When I wanted my stuff made quietly, still haven't done an investigation into that. Still don't know why Title IX recommendation wasn't followed back in October through September. How many students in this building are sexually harassed every day? And are we aware that students are dipping out in gym class to have fun time? We're going to put it back there for you guys who don't want to do it.
Thank you.
Is what I'm going to in the gym class.
Thank you, Mrs. Gibble. Jody?
And Bonnie's here.
Bonnie's here. I say it's late. They're here.
Ms. Liston, 3 minutes. Thank you.
All right, I want to know what we're going to do with the cell phones in the elementary. You're like she said, you're worried about the junior high and the high school, which I let me tell you, not just a TikTok video I got, how about the little girls with the smartphones that have pictures of kids torturing them? Because listen, I have it all. I've been just waiting and sitting back and taking it all in, and I'm not putting up with it. I've sat here in executive session and told you time and time again, I'm not putting up with what's going on. I'm not being quiet no more either. You can all say what you want to say, and it's very disrespectful to be talking while I'm speaking. I don't do that to you, I don't expect that. And it's not just you today, because this has been going on in this board forever. We sit on cell phones. When I was in executive session, Jerry Davis, it wasn't you that was doing it, but we had someone turn around for a time talking to you while I'm trying to speak in the executive session. So it's completely, you expect children, okay, we're going to have cell phone policy, junior high and high school. When these kids are allowed to have these cell phones in the classrooms and these watches in the classrooms, and they're using them, hey, where's the teachers? That's what I want to know. Where's the teachers? Now, we can make excuses all we want. We can say it's a substitute teacher, it's the outside agency that we're now hiring because we can't afford to get people here. I can put it all out there for everybody to know. But listen, that's not the issue. Where is the teacher in the classroom while this kid is on top of a desk, cussing and carrying on, humping the air for crying out loud? Okay? This is fifth grade. When they say fifth grade's out of control, I guess it's a fact. They are completely out of control. Out of control. So, again, we're worried about cell phones in junior high and high school. It's okay for the elementary kids to be doing this? That's okay? There should be no cell phones in these buildings, period. So you know what? Your pouches need to be bought for the elementary, obviously, as well. My grandkids all have cell phones. My junior high one used to bring a phone. His phone hasn't even been charged since April 6th because of the uniform pouches. But my youngest two, I don't allow them to bring a phone to school because you know why? Of course they're going to be on it. They're kids. So you know what the best thing to do? Have the parents keep them at home. If the teachers aren't, and I'm not saying we don't have good teachers, because we do have a lot of good teachers here, not just some. But if they're not going to enforce the rules, then it needs to be stopped altogether. There shouldn't be phones and smartwatches in the elementary either. Facts. I know my 3 minutes is up, so I'll stop before I get.
Thank you, Ms. Liston. Anyone else in the community
I
that would
do
like
want
to
to,
speak?
I do want to respond to Mrs. Liston. I just didn't want to chime in while she, and interfere in her 3 minutes. At the elementary level, those phones and that wearable technology is to be housed in those pockets. And if that is not in fact happening, I have no problem writing a policy where the students are not able to bring those devices into that elementary. I think that's a wonderful idea, to be honest, and that's what Laurel Highlands School District did. We chose to go the route with the pouches. We wanted to assess the elementary and see if maybe it was necessary to buy the pouches for grade 5. So Mr. Boyd does have a number worked out for that, and we've already looked into that and maybe having to move in that direction for 5th grade. This is just these few weeks, we're getting a pulse on it. So hearing you speak, that is important to me, it's important to the administrative staff, and I will be happy to sit down and look into just a no technology policy with regard to wearable technology and personal cell phones at the elementary level.
I personally would love to see it at the 5th grade level, just one, and then that sets the standard for when they move up.
It will help
next year.
acclimate them, and we
that
talked
happen.
about that.
Yep.
And I think those are things we're going to get right this summer when we sit down as an administrative team and we have those meetings and we fully have a grasp on what next year needs to look like in order to be smooth. 2 districts in the county have reached out and they're going to come in and meet with our administrators over the summer. So I think that we will have an effective plan. And Mrs. Liston, consider that committee. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Martin. Jody? Robin Toth. Okay, 2 minutes. Thank you, Mrs. Toth.
I don't have a lot to say, but I have to say that from other meetings that I've attended, this is the most attention I've seen everybody at once pay. And that makes me feel good. Second,
That,
Do you mean the ad hoc committee?
That's the ad hoc
We got
committee.
one applicant. One.
Did not get put together.
Well,
we put a call out,
advertised and we've got one applicant.
one interested
Yeah, one
community
applicant.
member.
We'd like to have about 5. And those are parents or grandparents. I mean, we don't
Yeah.
care. We want some people. And the reason I say that, ma'am, is because about 8 years ago, we did that when Dr. Sally was here, and it worked. We did, I mean, they just gave us feedback. Didn't tell us what to do, but
It most certainly has to be parents from the school because
or guardians.
just me as a taxpayer wouldn't know unless somebody tells me, and then it's hearsay.
Mhm.
But it breaks my heart as a taxpayer, as a mom, that there's still bullying going
Yeah.
on. It breaks my heart that kids can't come to school and not be afraid to learn. I mean, if they can't come to school and feel safe, how are they gonna learn? If their focus is on keeping themselves safe. Because I told you at one of the meetings, I was bullied. And I had nightmares until about 6 years ago. So it can affect you for a long time. I've come out of that. I'm not afraid now. But I'm gonna be 70 years old. But my point is, the kids need to feel safe. And if people like me can be on that committee, I volunteer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
Appreciate that.
And, you know, I think you were here last meeting when I made the statement, once a child is bullied in kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, that goes, it just keeps going.
Sure.
It just keeps going. So this is a very slow process, and I know we're trying to dot the i's and cross the t's, but this administration, not the previous person that I will talk about, I refuse to say the name, this is different. Yes, it's slow, but we're being very cautious, and I agree with the elementary thing with Mr. Gann. I agree, we need to go there next. But, you know, this bullying, if it's a problem, it just keeps going. I've watched it. Kindergarten, you bullied in kindergarten, you're still bullied in 5th grade.
Yeah.
I mean, the teachers can't control everything, but my gosh, we have to get it when they're doing it. I don't care if it's 1st grade, you get them now. And you tell the parents, your kid's gonna bully? Come pick him up, take him home, or her home, whatever.
A couple of just quick side notes. Dr. Mahalik has a colleague at Penn West who is a guru in that field and in that aspect. And so we are bringing him in, and he will be our keynote to kick off the school year, next school year. So we are already thinking as a board and as an administrative staff what we want next year to look like and how we are going to bring this keynote in and how we are going to professionally develop so that we are in fact addressing those areas of concern. Our building principals are doing monthly bullying reports so that they have eyes on this data. They know what is being reported, what those areas of concerns are, and then when we move into next school year and we have our administrative meetings over the summer, we really know what those targeted areas are to focus on. And again, to move into that professional development realm and to make sure that we have the support staff here. So those are all areas that I assure you we are concerned with. At the elementary level, our little ones are learning how to be, and a lot of that is there are going to be behaviors that we will have to sit on and we will have to be consistent with, and we are going to work on all of that and trend in that direction. But that's where we need that active communication. So I am sorry that you feel that you are not paid attention to when you are here. We will do our due diligence as a board and as an administrative staff to make sure that you feel that you have our attention and you know that you do. But reach out to us in an email, in writing, so that we can address those things or at least think on them. It's hard at a board meeting to address those matters, but we will actively as an administrative staff. So thank you.
Thank you. Jody, anyone else? Anyone else out in the public wishing to speak? Okay, seeing none. I guess I know you just did some remarks, but Dr. Martin, any other remarks?
I I would
She's
just,
she's had a heck of a day.
It's been a day, I'm on about 3 hours of sleep, but I will assure you that, you know, I put 2 letters out. When we are in a situation like that, if you have a 2-hour delay or a remote day, and I want you to give me the grace of gathering the information so that I can put it out to the community and it's accurate information. There was a lot of surmising that had happened about why those delays were called or why that remote day was called. I never once said heat. I never once said that there was an electrical issue or we didn't have electricity. That letter came out and it was as clear as it could be with what I knew at that time. And then a follow-up letter came out with all of the information that was gathered throughout the day. But there are a lot of variables and moving parts, and the safety of this staff here and our students will always be at the forefront of all decision making. So those comments, and I'm glad I waited until the end of the day to read them, on social media, they could cause confusion in this educational community when they're not factual, valid comments. So please just give me the grace to get that out. I don't have a PR person. That person is me. So at 3:30 in the morning, this started, and decisions were being made on our toes as an administrative staff, but I will always communicate with this community.
if I may, one more thing, but Dr. Martin, if you could reiterate to your staff that everybody deserves a call back. No parent should be,
Right.
whether the news is bad or it's good, if a parent makes a call, I think our secretary should, if the administrator isn't in, take a note and make sure that administrator gets that note, because I believe every parent should get a call back. And they may all not be pretty, but I think we have to look at that. That's some of the biggest things I'm getting calls about, is that we're not calling anybody back. No, we're not. We're calling
I
some.
concur, and I think putting it in writing, an email, a follow-up email from a phone call. I know it feels like an additional layer for families, but you do have it in writing, and a lot of time with our administrators, they're not in their offices. They're out, they're dealing with things, incidences are happening. I know myself, I'm not in front of that computer or that phone. So the email is really the best form of communication, and then you do have it in writing and time-stamped that you have reached out, and they can call. And if you want a phone call back, please call me back.
And I agree. And I think the worst thing is if they wait for weeks and they don't get a call back from something we might not think is important, but they do. And I think that we should have our administrator call them back, or the secretary writes a note, hey, Mr. Smith, so-and-so called and went through your call.
And professional courtesy, you know, it's 48 hours, you need a response. However, if you have an administrator out on a vacation, out on personal days, out on sick leave because something's going on, typically they do notify that in their email, and if you emailed them, it would kick you back with a time. You know, I'm out of the office until here, and at least you know you're not being ignored, or move it up to the next, you know, person in the chain of command, or make sure you reach a secretary if it's an important issue. I don't want anything going without attention.
And Jody, you can record that in the minutes that I said.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Martin.
Thank you. Okay, next I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the agenda with the following changes. Remove item K under personnel due to clerical issues, and then remove items C and D under finance committee.
So moved.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, in your packet there, you have your minutes from the March 20th meeting, and then also the March 31st special meeting. I would entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
There's been a motion
Second.
and a second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Ms. Columbia.
I move to approve the April General Fund, Capital Fund, Title I, and Title IIA, 2D Cafeteria Fund, and Treasurer Financial Reports.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Discussions on the motion. Hearing none, I'll move to a roll call vote. Jody, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Thank you. Item 7, I'd entertain a motion to approve the following funds. They're listed there on your agenda, items A through I.
So moved.
It's been a motion and a second. Discussions on the motion. Hearing none, Jody, roll call vote, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Moving into Education Committee, I would entertain a motion to approve TDA summer training for 9 teachers, grades 4th through 8th, at a cost of $1,495 for training and $1,035 for compensation, not to exceed a total of $2,530 paid for by the general fund. That includes TDA prompts, writing strong thesis, full TDA writings, and planning for instruction.
This is one day from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for this training.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
So there's a motion and a second. Discussion on the motion.
Question on the motion, Mr.
Yes.
President. I see it says summer, but is the training before school's out, or?
No, it would be during the summer, and I actually put a side note, it's cheaper than getting subs during the school year, so they're
Okay.
willing to come
Very
in
good.
and
Thank
have the training in the summer.
We
Thank
still
you.
gotta pay them, that's what
We do.
the
We do.
$1,035 for a
Yes.
day's pay, so, yeah, I like it. That's a good idea.
Very well.
Okay.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will move for a roll call vote. Roll call vote, Jody, thank you.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay, item B, I would entertain a motion to approve the agreement between Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services Incorporated for educational services with New Directions and the Brownsville Area School District for the 2025-26 school year.
Motion.
It's been a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's been a motion and a second. Discussions on the motion?
Question on the motion, Mr. President.
Yes.
I want so bad to vote no.
Well, and I want to address this as well.
But, you know, I can't, as much as I don't like that situation, I can't leave any of our kids hanging without some kind of services. So-
Yeah, I think, I agree with you, and this deals with New Directions, right? The school. Ms. Paler, can you just talk a little bit about that?
Yes, so this is, New Directions, the alternate placement.
Right.
And within their facility, they use Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services for the therapy component of the
okay.
students that are enrolled.
Right.
That's how it used to be.
Right.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I think it's more of the agreement that we can still hold placement spots.
At New
for
Directions.
students to attend New Directions.
Correct, right.
But they are like a commodity.
Like a co-op, yeah, sure. Thank you for that. Any further discussions on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you. Personnel Committee, Mr. Gates.
All right, A, make a motion in accordance with section 1108 of the school law in Pennsylvania. I want to consider a motion to acknowledge Lindsay Lacoste, professional employee who has completed 3 years of successful teaching experience and has obtained the status of tenure.
Second.
Been a motion and a second. Discussions on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Okay. I'd like to take B and C together. I will motion to add the following names to the professional substitute list: Autumn Krisner, Claire Zellner, Jessica Wheeler, Valen Lilly, and also make a motion to add the following to the support staff substitute list: William Knight, Tyrese Lewis, Amy Orrs, and Elizabeth Eccles.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Questions or discussions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
All right, I'd like to take D, E, and F as one motion. A motion to accept a letter of resignation from Angia Vernaud as a para-educator for the Brownsville Area School District effective March 18th, 2025. And also accept a letter of resignation from Brooke Dolabach as a paraeducator for the Brownsville Area School District, effective March 28th, 2025. And accept a letter of resignation from Caitlin Adams as an after-school aide, effective March 21st, 2025.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Questions or discussions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
G,
Motion carries. Go ahead, sorry.
I make a motion to approve a request from Kathy Scabus, floating cook, for an unpaid leave of absence from October 10th to the 23rd, 2025.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or discussions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
H, make a motion to hire Amy Orris as a part-time paraeducator for the Brownsville Area School District in accordance with the SEIU contract, effective April 22nd, 2025.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to hire Elizabeth Eccles as a part-time paraeducator for the Brownsville Area School District in accordance with the SEIU contract, effective May 1st, 2025.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Questions or discussions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
J, I make a motion to hire Kaylee Zazato as a 3-hour floating cook for the Brownsville Area School District in accordance with the SEIU contract, effective April 22nd, 2025.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Questions or discussions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. L, I make a motion to approve the request from Elizabeth George to take an uncompensated medical leave of absence for the 2025-2026 school year as per the BEA contract.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Questions or discussions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
M, I make a motion to terminate Alexa Neal, paraprofessional as the SEIU, due to job abandonment, effective March 19th, 2025.
It's been a motion and a second. Questions or discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
N, I make a motion to accept the recommendation of the acting superintendent to terminate employee A, effective immediately.
It's been a motion and a second. Questions or discussions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
O, I make a motion to accept the letter of retirement from Tammy Riley, cook, 40 years of service, in accordance with the SEIU contract, effective June 9th, 2025. And I'd like to thank Tammy for all her years of service for the district.
Motion and a second. Questions or discussions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Finance Committee, Ms. Columbia.
Item A, a motion to approve the request from Kathy Lasik and Nicholas Cito to attend the PJAS State Competition at State College, PA, May 18th through the 20th, 2025, with 9 students at a cost of $3,675, paid for by the general fund.
Second.
Been a motion and a second. Questions or discussions on the motion?
Question, Mr. President.
Yes.
How are these students picked to go there?
So, I'm going to sustain because my kid's going. So they all won there's like a preliminary heat down at California University. We sent a bunch of kids, they went through and they've all placed high enough to then be selected to go to Penn State.
I mean, that was a process then.
100%, yeah, it's legit.
So to speak, yeah.
And my comment is, my kid's going, so I'm going to abstain from this, because I think is the right way to.
Thank you, Mr. President. No questions.
Thank you. Any further discussion or questions on the motion?
So just one, the other thing about that, from what I'm hearing, this is like the most ever that we've had in the last few years to go to PTAS. Like last year, I think we had 4 or 5 maybe. We're up to 9, so legit. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. And we would, like to hear all about the outcome.
I will let you know.
Thank you.
I'm driving up. Election day.
Right, thank you. I will ask for a roll call vote, Jody, please.
Did we get a second?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Abstain.
Yes.
Yes. With 5 votes, the motion carries.
Item B, a motion to approve the 2023-24 financial audit report from Zelenkovsky and Axelrod LLC. And of course, we have the attachments in the
Right.
presentation.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. Discussions or questions on the motion?
Question, Mr. President.
Yes.
I'm voting for it, but I still think the cost is exorbitant. That's just my feeling. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussions or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Buildings and grounds, Mr. Gammon.
I make a motion to award the bid for milling and paving to Golden Eagle Construction Company in the amount of $72,813.75. The lowest responsible bidder. The bid was in accordance with all bid specifications and is paid for out of the Capital Projects Fund.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Questions or discussions on the motion? Hearing none, I'll move to a roll call vote. Jody, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Thank you, Mr. Gammon. For the athletic committee, I would entertain a motion to approve purchasing weightlifting equipment at the cost of $2,800. This is within budgetary guidelines and paid for by the general fund.
So moved.
There's been a motion.
Second.
And a second. Thank you. Questions or discussions on the motion? Yes.
So from what I was told previously, there's some broken equipment, gym equipment.
Yes.
Is that gone yet? That's the point? You're gonna get that out? Is there gonna be to sell it?
Mr. Yakubak, do you know that answer?
The gym equipment, the broken gym equipment that we can't get parts for, is that gone yet, or are we working that? Good. Yeah, I know we can't get it fixed. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, we're doing $2,800 worth of equipment now, but I was mostly just concerned about that I thought we were having challenges of getting the old stuff out of there. If we're not, then we're good. Okay, good.
Good job.
Thank you. Any further questions? Hearing none, I would move to a roll call vote. Jody?
Yes.
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 Yes. Thank you. With that,
Make a motion to adjourn.
a
Second.
motion to adjourn in a second. Thank you. We stand adjourned.
Questions, Mr. Gallagher?